Several points. Last year, we had an unfortunate experience at Acadia National Park in Maine where the concessionaire who had had the concession there for something like 80 years, a local company, lost out in the bidding process. And it's okay to lose in a bidding process, but we found to our astonishment afterwards, and I discussed this with several of your people, that there was no consideration given whatsoever to prior performance or quality of performance. And it would be like going into a car dealer and, the only question is price, not quality or how well it drove or what its record of performance was. And if there's a need, I'm astonished that the process got that far without somebody saying, well, how people did in the past should be relevant in considering their bid, because what you end up with is a large national company that's very good at bidding and a small local company that's very good at performing, and that should be a factor. So if I would urge you, if this is something that needs a legislative fix based upon the statute in 1998, let us know. Otherwise, I hope you will modify your procedures in such a way as to be able to do the common sense thing, which is look at both value, performance, and price when you're analyzing these, because this was a big disruption in Maine. It was lots of local jobs went away, and it was a real problem. And frankly, it was a black eye for the Park Service. Do you know anything about this process?
Senator, I don't. I do know something about the concession process, but I don't know any specifics on Acadia.
I don't expect you to speak specifically, but I'm talking about the concessions process and how the applicants are judged.
Yeah, it should be based on their financial capability, the quality of their experience providing quality operations, and the proposal that they put back to the National Park Service in terms of franchise fee return to the National Park Service, and other considerations depending on each prospectus has different issues. Sometimes it's environmental concerns that they provide additional protection of the environment. So there's a number of criteria that each operation is judged based on.
And, well, I just hope you'll consider this issue, because we had a specific discussion, as I recall, it was in this room with your people, and they said, well, no, past performance of the current incumbent is not a factor in the scoring, and I hope you would correct that. And I'll be following up. Actually, you'll be getting a letter from me or your office very shortly. Second question is about revenues and fees. I proudly carry my senior pass, which gets me into any national park in the country for the rest of my life. Can be purchased at the age of 62, and the total cost of this for a lifetime pass to every national park is $10. Now, I'm all for discounts for seniors, and I like getting this for $10, but it strikes me that that's not fair to the taxpayers of the country who have to make up the difference. And I don't know whether it should be $40 or $50 or some other number, but $10 struck me as a very low fee for a lifetime pass for somebody that hopes to live another 30 years and really loves going to the national parks. I just commend that to you for your consideration. And another issue along those lines that we've observed in Maine is where and how the fees are collected. And I think that's worth a review, because my sense is we're leaving a lot of money on the table, particularly in parks that have multiple entrances. And we ought to be at a place where you can buy an app, where you can pay online. You have an app that can then, you can waive it as you go in. That would expedite the lines. It would be more sure of getting the accurate payment and those kinds of things. So I talked to Secretary Jewell about this, and if when you go to the App Store for national parks, you get either a commercial app or Australian national parks. I think we ought to have a good app that you could use around the country. Put a credit card number on it. It would pay your fee wherever you went, and we would again be collecting more revenues that would offset the shortfall for maintenance and other purposes. So those are two suggestions. It may not be apparent, I am a huge supporter of the national parks. And I think it's one of the great, Ken Burns said America's best idea. Wonderful idea. I was just at Yosemite. My wife and I were just at Yosemite a few months ago. So I want to do all I can to help you, but I think there has to be a realization that the budget situation here is not likely to improve anytime soon, and therefore, you have to be thinking of creative ways to generate your own revenues without making it prohibitive and without making it so people can't enjoy the parks, but to be sure that people who want to and are willing to pay have a way to do so. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.